up, party people? It's Ashley of SingleWomanChronicles.com, where being single is a beautiful choice rather than a miserable circumstance. So usually you guys know I talk about dating and relationships, but today I want to get into some tips on publishing books because I am a 5-time author and I just want to show you guys how to do what I do. So today I'm going to talk about how I published this book, Get Unstuck When Life Sucks, 30-day guided self-help journal with journal prompts. I designed this book, I wrote it, I did it all for free through Canva and then I published it to Amazon.com. So if you want to know more about this and how I produced this journal, I wrote it out, and if you can see on the inside, it has some journal prompts. Stay tuned and I'm going to walk you through the entire process. This is very, very detailed, so if it's a little long, that's why, but I'm telling you, we're about to get into it, so let's get started. So before you get started, you're going to need a Canva account as well as a KDP account. So go ahead and set that up and then come back to this. So what you're going to do is, this is what I ended up with. This is what I designed for my journal with writing prompts. This is where I started. So I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. So shout out to Passive Income Templates on YouTube because that's where I got the actual measurements. You guys, if you've never published a book on KDP, you have to understand that getting the templates correct, getting the sizing, the formatting right is the hardest part of all of this. So this template is for a book that is 100 pages or less. If you go over it even one page, the formatting is going to be off, and when you upload it to KDP, it's not going to work. You're going to see that later on in the video when I try to upload it. Listen, you save yourself the headache, follow directions, don't do it don't have it larger than 100 pages because you're going to have to resize it. And listen, boo-boo, I am not the Adobe girl. I don't know how to use that or resize. So again, shout out to Passive Income Templates on YouTube because that's where I got this from. So how I went from this to this. So in order to start, you want to know, have an idea in your mind, what do I want for this? So because I knew mine was going to be like an uplifting, encouraging journal, I wanted some flowers. So I went to one of my favorite websites called unsplash.com. So unsplash.com gives you these free pictures that don't have copyright on them. So you never want to just Google these pictures because it could have copyright infringement. So you want to make sure that you're getting pictures from websites like Unsplash, where you don't have to worry about nobody coming up to you like, hey, that's my picture, they stole it, give me some money, So I just literally typed in flowers. And so I just was downloading flowers, right? And some of this stuff is Unsplash Plus. That's paid, but most of it is free. So let's look at, I like this little sunflowers, or those aren't sunflowers, Chad. So I downloaded that picture, but I always want a few options. So what else? Let's see. Oh, sunflowers right here. So this one is free. We can download that. So we're going to go back over to Canva and we're going to go to uploads. And we're going to get what we just downloaded. Okay, so we're going to download that other little flower picture too. Okay. So once we have that, don't worry about the stuff on the page because we're about to cover that up. So once this loads, let's see here. You see how we can literally cover everything, but I don't want to cover the whole thing. So I want to trash this, undo it. Let's see here. Just gonna put it over here because I literally only want this on the front page, because on the right side, that's the front page. The left side, that is the back page, which is usually used for, of course, your what do you call that thing? Your summary, your synopsis, basically convincing people to buy your book. So we have the flower here. I don't even know if I like that, y'all. I don't really like that. Let's try this one. Yeah, I like this one a little bit better. So let's resize it. And as you can see, this is a process. So like, I just like to get in my zone, play me some music, or listen to a good old podcast while I just bang this out. Yeah, that's cute. This is giving. This is giving what I needed to give. So for this back page, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want flowers on the back. That's probably a little distracting. So let me go ahead and hit it with just a plain yellow background. You see how easy that was? One click, one hit to quit it. You see it. So now what do we want to call this new journal? We'll call this the sunflower journal. Although those are not sunflowers over there, but you feel me. So what you'll want to do is, you see these different shapes, right? So I can move this, put this right here, and I want to call this the sunflower journal. So I'm going to center this bad boy a little bit like this. And that's why I love Canva. Like, you ain't got to worry about centering things or them looking off, because it does it for you. It is just such a wonderful, wonderful free website. So I don't like this color because it does not match. So let's hit them with the white. I don't really like that white either. What can blend? Give me some blend. Let's try different colors. A little bit of blue. A little bit of green. Okay, that green could possibly work. That can give me a little bit of something. So then once you do that, again, we're going to call this the sunflower journey. You go over to text. You add a heading. We're going to write the sunflower journal. All right. So first we're going to take this down. And then of course you can play with different fonts. If you don't really like that font, there's so many different ones over here. And then just center that. And of course, if you want to do like a little fun little subtitle, you can add another element underneath it. Let's see, something cute or something like that. And then center it, and then you can just put like by such and such. What are they going to put that down here? Like by such and such. Okay. That little smaller. I'm getting a design bag real quick. You feel me? Say by such and such. Right. So you can even change that color if you want for this background to like a gray or something. So then of course you want to put your title page over here. Now remember, a barcode typically goes right here. So I utilize this like side little area. Well, first I wanted to put like a paragraph for my synopsis. So, because as you can see, I have like this little situation going on here. So let's see, we'll just add like a body here and move that over. So I already had my stuff all written out. So I just was able to copy and paste. And then make that smaller. And I would always suggest, of course, to have all of your stuff already written out and edited, because you don't want misspelled words on here, crazy language. You want to make sure you do all you want. to make sure all of your writing is already intact before you start designing. So you have that. Okay. And then you can put like a little bio down here. You can put your own like professional photo down here. This is usually, sometimes I use this photo for my art, for like my, you know, my bio. I put a little bio right here. And then we up in the game, coach. See my little bio right here. I forgot to put it, but we'll just use this little paragraph because I'm showing y'all what it is. I'm gonna exit out of that. Go back to the little paragraph. So shoot that right on down. Too many words. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have our cover all ready to go. So we're done with that. So once you're finished, you want to press share. You're going to download. Now you want to make sure this is in a PDF. You can do PDF standard. And we're going to download. Okay, so once you download, this is what it looks like in the bigger view of things. Okay, so keep that on the side. So now we're going to do our interior from free passive income templates. I probably just screwed that up, but y'all heard me in the first place. So because I didn't want to do just a plain journal with no content. So this is like if you're literally just designing a journal, and you'll see that it's literally 100 pages. So I went from this to this, where I had prompts, 30 prompts, and then I had pages for people to write on. So if you want to go from this to this, then of course, just keep watching, right? So the way I was able to achieve this was I wanted to keep this open because I need, one, the formatting, because again, formatting is very critical when you're uploading anything to KDP because they don't play that. So you want to make sure you are formatted properly. But also I still needed the line pages, right? So how was I able to design it? So come over here, you type in journal. Come to the home page. That's what over here means. So I see all these little templates. You can choose from anything. Over here, it's super, well, not anything because some of them are paid. But I was looking for a design because I didn't just want like a plain white page. So I picked something like this. So you see this background? I thought it was really cute. I don't need the date. I just need this little portion here. I don't know. Even though I'm resizing it because I'm going to have to do it again. So I went over to this 6x9 template and then I added a page. So when I added that page, you see it moved down. I'm going to move it back up because I want a journal prompt. Then I want lines on the pages so people can write after they read the journal prompt, right? So came over here, Command C, I copied this, and then I pasted it. So as you can see, voila, we have this cute little background. We don't have to do much work. So then if I want to keep this, I want to copy this as well. There's a way you can like copy all this, but I'm not that well versed in technology. So you see how this page is like squared. You want to keep this because this is the margins. So if you go outside of these margins, you're going to make KDP angry. So you want to make sure you're staying inside of these margins, right? So again, I already got my prompts together, written out already. So I just go over to here to Google Docs, and then I copy that, and then I paste. So when I paste, I want to center. I want to make sure I'm in these margins, honey, because I don't have time to be going back after I thought I was done and having to center things. Whoo, Lord, y'all, you don't even understand. It takes time. It takes time. That's why you just got to get in your zone. You got to zone out. So you see, I don't want to go outside of here. I want to stay in this little box. So I'm still up in this little box, and that's where we're going to remain. So that's where we at, right? So the journal here, and then that's it. So if I want to duplicate this, duplicate that for day 2. Because let's say this is day 1 of the journal. I'll even add a subtitle page so you can kind of understand what I'm saying. Let's move this up. Day 1. So this is day 1 writing prompt. So this is also day 1 of them answering. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. This is also day 1. So if you notice, the lines don't really count. So you're fine with the lines going outside of the margins. It's just more so if you have a paragraph going outside. KDP don't play that. So this is day 2. So you copy and you paste your prompt number 2. And voila, that's day 2. And then you have your prompts. I made sure space for them to write for day 2. So you literally do that until you're done. So I had 30 days. And so I made sure that in my 30 days, it was under 100 pages. So if you see, this is 100 pages, but because I added those pages up top, it exceeded that. So trash in this one, trash in this one, and then trash in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and act like I've entered all of my stuff up to whichever how many prompts you want to do, but as long as they don't exceed 100 pages. So you're going to share this, you're going to download, and you're going to make sure it is PDF. You're going to download that. So once you are done with this, you are ready to upload your journal to KDP. Easy freaking peasy, you guys. Like, hello. And don't that interior go well with that cover? Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, I know it's yes, it does, but yes, it do. And you're like, oh my God, this is great, but I don't want to do this. I don't feel like doing this. I don't think I can do this. Fret not, I got you. Again, I am a 5-time author, and now I am offering my book consultation services. So if you feel like you got a book in your heart and you feel like life keep getting in the way and you just can't seem to write it and get it on paper, you just need someone to help you organize your thoughts, let me help you. So now I am offering I have 2 options for you guys. So number 1, I can give you the exact blueprint on how I research my books, how I know the categories, how I know and design my book titles, my book covers, how I get everything together and can get a book published within 30 to 90 days. I can give y'all that blueprint in an hour and a half, and I'm offering that right now for only $75, y'all. An hour and a half for $75 for the whole full blueprint on how to publish your book. And if that still don't sound good to you, guess what? I can write your book for you. I'm offering ghostwriting services. We can have a free consultation for 15 minutes, and then we can figure out, okay, where do we go from here? What do you need from me? Does my voice fit your voice? Is this something that I can help you with? So let's get it started. Click the link below under book consultations and get your book consultation book today so you can get that book out and written and start making these coins in 2023. Let's do it. Let's go. Now that you have your book interior and your cover all designed and created, now you're going to come over to KDP. Now I said you already have to have an account already. Once you log in, you should see this page. This is under bookshelf. So you're going to press create. Now, understand that you are doing a paperback. The format that we just created is only for paperback. Ebook cannot be, you can't do an ebook with a format that you just created. You would have to actually reformat it into Mobi or EPUB. It's like a whole different thing. But right now we're only focused on the paperback. So once you get in here, you see you have some things to fill out. So what's your book title? So we've already titled this The Sunflower Journal. And if you have a subtitle, then you can write it in, but if not, it's fine. And you don't have a series yet. A series is like when you think Harry Potter, when it's like Harry Potter book 1, 2, 3, you have a series that connects. Edition is like if you wrote a book and then now you're trying to do a new edition to that book. Yes, I love that group. But yeah, you don't have another edition. So now it's the author. We named ourselves such and such. And contributors, this is if you did like a joint contribution type book, if you wrote it with multiple people. So now you want to have your book description already pulled up. So I'll just copy and paste this one from my journal. And yep, voila, you want to make sure you already have this stuff up just to make this process way easier. Yes, you own the copyright. Hopefully you own it. Keywords, this is imperative. This is what people are going to type in to find your book. A lot of your keywords are going to already show up on your like title page, on the front and the back of the book, but keywords are imperative because your book is basically going to be in obscurity. No one's going to find it if the keywords are not correct. So you see, I did a whole bunch of keyword research. I like to do my keyword research before I actually write a book because it is so freaking important. Like, yeah. So you want to fill this whole thing up. Like, you don't want to leave any of this. And you want to have a longer list than the 7 that they provide, because what can happen is, say in the first few weeks your book isn't really selling. Then you can go back in and be like, okay, which book or which keyword is it hitting, or which keyword isn't hitting. And I like to do a run of Amazon ads. I want to do a video on that because Amazon ads are really good, and you can do it with any budget. Like if you only have $1 a day, you can do that. But it takes your book out of obscurity. Like people can actually see it. Next, you want to choose your category. This is another thing that you want to research. So obviously we are nonfiction. I went under self-help, and what did I put under here? Creativity, emotions. You can do a lot of things. I'm doing under personal growth, success. We can do that. And you can choose up to 2 categories on here, but that is a myth. So you can only choose 2 categories when you're actually publishing for KDP, but they actually allow up to like, I think 8 or 9 or 10, but you can do that through Amazon Central, but that's a whole nother video. But I like to go ahead and research mine before. Again, you want to do a lot of research before you actually publish your book. So another thing we could do would be general, personal growth general. So these are our 2 categories, and don't let this stuff scare you. This is just when people go into Amazon and they're looking under categories, which one yours is under. And with categories, it actually helps with your ranking as well with your sales. So does this book contain language inappropriate? It does not. So now we're going to go over and save and continue. So now we're going to create a free ISBN. This is basically the barcode that goes on the back of the book, and they give you a free one. Set publish date. Basically, you don't have to mess with that one. So now this is very important. So how do you want the inside of your book to be? Do you want it black and white with cream paper, black and white with white paper? I just leave it like that. 6x9. This is what we actually published on. So you want to make sure it's 6x9. No bleed. You can do bleed or no bleed, it's up to you. I like mine no bleed. And then matte or glossy, that's like, how do you want the book to be, the cover? You want it to be a matte look or a gloss look? I like a good old gloss. So now we're going to upload what we've downloaded. So this is the interior. So we're going to upload this. It's going to take a little second. All right, that's uploaded. Now we're going to upload our cover. So that has uploaded, and that's going to take a little second as well. Now the moment of truth, okay? So check this box if your cover includes a barcode. It does not. So what we want to do is press launch previewer. This is the moment of truth, because if this does not look right, it is not going to allow you to publish, and you're going to have to go back and fix some of the formatting. Formatting is so important. Like, if your formatting is off 0.2, they will reject you and you will have to keep updating it. So it's imperative that your margins are correct, that you have less than 100 pages for this particular one. We're in here. And you see how it looks. And voila. So you press approve. And then we're on to the next page. So we're going to save and continue. And it's showing you right here how much it's going to cost to actually print the book. So say you don't want to actually sell on Amazon, but you just want to print on Amazon. That's a great way to do it. So you can publish your book on Amazon, but you can drive all your traffic to your actual website, and it only costs you $2.15 to print. And say you want to sell your book for $10, you're getting like almost an $8 profit. Like, can't beat it. So now we're going over to the price page. So all territories, I always put all territories. So now you want to say what price. Now this is also very important, because your book, you want people to see it, but also understand that you have competition. Like, other people have other books, right? So you want to set it at a price point that is competitive. So if most books in your category is like $6.99, $5.99, you want to set your book between $5.99 and $6.99 as well. So for journals and things, I see those between that price. So I'm going to say $6.99. So they will take royalties, and you only receive $2.04 when you're selling on Amazon, but they're doing all the work. So once you're done, you're going to click confirm, and you're going to press publish. I don't want to press publish because I'm not actually publishing this book. But once you press publish, it takes 48 to 72 hours. Usually it takes about 24 hours, and they'll hit you and let you know, like, if you have an error really quick. But if you don't, they'll hit you up in like 48 hours, and they'll let you know that your book has been published. And that is how you publish a book on KDP after you have designed it on Canva.